And if you're looking at my QRZ page, I'm glad you found me. This is a review of my Ten Tec Pegasus control software. This software is web-based and it has two parts. One part is JavaScript code that runs in the browser. The other part is Python code that runs on any computer that can support Python 3. And it has an RS-232 cable that goes out to control the Pegasus from the computer it's run on. Right now, I'm running this thing on an iMac, running Mac OS, and it runs just fine. So let's show you how that works. So when this runs, I'm running the program here in Flask, and it's taking requests from the browser, getting S meter, getting the frequency. And now the way this is set up is when you select one of these bands, broadcast band, well, that's just for listening, but for amateur radio, 160 meters, 80, 60, 40, 30, 20, 17, 16, 12, 10 meters. Those are the popular bands on HF for amateur radio people to use. So you can select each of those by pressing this button. Here, you want to see what condition the bands are in. You can listen to WV 2.5, WWV 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, or CHU 3.3, 786, or on 14 megahertz. So then you want to have receiver control functions such as volume and the squelch level, automatic noise reduction and notch. Here are some of the filters you can run on the radio, and they go progressively smaller. And then finally on CW, you can go very narrow. On the last page here, you can enable the transmitter. Basically keep it disabled unless you want to use it. Enable it. Select the transmit power. Bandwidth of the transmitted SSB signal. Microphone gain. You can run the speech processor and set the TX monitoring levels, and you can tune the transmitter. So case in point, you can go to 40 meters here. You can hear the static. I'm tuning now, so I'm tuning using a Ten Tec encoder wheel that I got with the radio. But I could also tune by holding down these plus and minus buttons, which will also tune the radio. Well, case in point, I can go to broadcast band here and tune it like this. Or like that. Let's see what condition the bands are in. Let's look at WWV 2.5 megahertz. You can't hear anything. 5 megahertz, nothing. 10, a little bit. 15, nothing. A little bit. So the band is not in great shape today, or the bands are not. The bands are not very gracious today. CHU, Canada. Nothing at all. So all the bands here, I have all the bands. All these bands are set to, when you press these buttons, it'll go into each band and you're on the FT8 frequency. So for example, 160. And it also tells you what band you're on and what type of USA type license can work in these bands and what modes you can work. So here we are on 80 meters, 3.57 is where the FT8s are, and you can tune around here. Now it says you can talk extra class. In that section, advanced, extra class in that section, and then generals drop in here. So that's 80 meters. It's dead in the daytime here. 60 meters is all channelized. So if you go slowly through here, you can hit the channel markers where you're advised to transmit and receive. I did make all these channel markers exist in here, so you can, I don't say it's easy to find, but I'm looking for channel 2 here. It's not easy to run across it. There it is, channel 2. Anyway, that's 60 meters all channelized. The famous 40 meters CW only portion. This is of course the FT8 frequency. Now it tells you how you can operate here in 40s. Now I can do some noise reduction on this. Check out how good this works. Now it's on. So that has a DSP algorithm that takes out the static. It really works well, which is surprising. For a 1994, 95 radio. All right, so what else can we do here? That's 40 meters. Skip on through here. You can also look at AM on here if anyone's on here. Go to AM mode. All right, that's 40 meters. Let's go to 30 meters here. This is only CW and digital modes. You sometimes will hear some CW on here. It's a very thin slice of band there. Here's 20 meters. FT8. Anyway, demo 120. 17 meters. All right, and if I wanted to say tune up on this band, I know my antenna is pretty resonant on this band, or at least it works right. So can enable a transmitter here, transmitter power, 10 watts for now. Take the bandwidth up, turn the speech processor on, and now I can at least see if the transmitter will work. Transmitter on. You'll see I got about 10 watts out and nothing reflected, which is good. Let's raise the power a little bit. There's 20 watts almost, nothing reflected. So this thing really works. The antenna is really happy on this band. 46 watts out, 70 watts out, nothing reflected. That's wild. There's full power. That's all I got. 100 watts, 106 watts out. Nothing coming back. So what about on 40 meters? If we go to 40 now. So I can run a carrier right here and see how it works. Nobody on. 10 watts. Tune transmitter. So yeah, so I got a lot of SWR coming back on this thing. It's really bad. So I can try and kick my antenna tuner in here and see if I can get that off of there. All right, 40 meters on. On my antenna tuner now, I have like 2 watts coming back. 1 watt, and I can try and tune that out with the tuner there. So now I'm good on 40 meters for transmitting. Can increase the power here. 20 watts, or 19 watts, a little bit coming back there. There. I'm trying to dial out the power here. 55 watts, 6 watts back. I'm tweaking the tuner here. Seems like that's as good as I'm going to get it. Let's turn it down some more. Nope. Anyway, there's a bit of delay here, so it's not real time. So yeah, that's 55 watts on 40 meters, 75 watts, full power, 12 watts back. All right, 17 meters. Not much going on there. There we go. FT8. All right, 12 meters, there's 15. FT8. Actually, I go to AM mode here to skip through it faster. Okay, 15 is dead. Let's try 12. That's kind of dead. It's Memorial Day, 2022, so people are probably barbecuing. Okay, finally we can go 10 meters here. There's 10. Get some volume going on. I think I got pretty good SWR in 10 meters. Let's see how it is. 15 watts. Tune it. Yeah, nothing coming back, so that's really good. And I only went for 20 watts, say. Okay, yeah, there's 20 watts. So yeah, I don't get anything back on 10 meters. It's kind of nice. 60 watts, nothing back. It's pretty good. All right, I'm going to go to AM mode here. There's AM. And now we can kick in FM mode. So not much going on there. Let's go back to 40 for some demos here. Oh, nobody on at all. Anyway, here's the AGC. There's no one talking, so it's hard to demo it. Yeah, so the AGC slow makes that clean up a little bit, and putting on the A&R will help make things a bit calmer. All right, what about doing a band activity test here? See what's coming in. Can run to here. All right, back on 40 meters. I think they were on 7190 or 7090. So now I can tune these guys without using the tuning knob or the Ten Tec tuning control. Just use the web here, hold down the button, and so that could go faster. But for now, if you're on a web browser remotely, it'll work. So my last project on this thing was, what if you're using this thing from like 1,000 miles away and you want to listen? Well, hit this RX link, and this will enable a media encoder to pick up the mic audio on the remote computer that's running this thing. Hopefully a Raspberry Pi, but take the low-level output from the Ten Tec Pegasus and put that in the mic audio, and then hitting RX will allow that to play through your browser, and then you can start to listen and use this thing in a fully remote mode. And of course, that would RX just turns off that feature, so you'll have audio coming through your browser. So that's what I've been working on here. And I also have a CW mode here, which of course the Ten Tec Pegasus supports, and that can be used. It will start tuning in a very fine fashion for CW. Let's see here. So my step function is very fine for CW. Don't know if I'll find anybody on here, but I guess I could broaden it up a little bit and see if we hear anybody. There's nobody on at all. How about on 80? Let's try 20. 20 CW. Change the antenna tuner. Pretty dead. All right. And that leaves the CB mode. So for that, I can tune here. 27. Whoops, wrong one. That's interesting. There we go. CB. It says CB band. And here we could hear any kind of. This is also channelized. I channelized it, so if you run across a channel, you're going to hear something. Of course, this runs at AM. So I can also squelch these guys out. Look at the S meter and then pick something a little higher. And that's how you can squelch stuff out.
Yeah, with the right kind of drugs, I've been there, but not 24/7. I know, they were out here this morning being a pair of douchebags as usual. They're 2 blocks from each other, just, whatever. I squelched them out. Later I came back, turned squelched down, they were gone. I know. That's how they are. That's why I like leaving them in the dirt. I like to go to frequencies they can't go to.
Well, anyway, that concludes my demo of the Pegasus control software, written in Python 3, running on Flask, running on Mac OS via OS 232 to a Ten Tec Pegasus that was manufactured probably in the late 90s. So I hope you enjoyed this, and that's about it. I'm probably going to quit working on this program now because I've been doing it for like a month or something, and it's taking a lot of time, taking too much time. Okay, have a great day, and thanks for watching. Thanks for visiting my QRZ page. Take care.